that God sees your value. You're missing the part that changes everything. That value isn't random. It's directional. God didn't just create you. He designed you. And that design is specific. And when you understand your design, everything clicks. This is where your invisible becomes obvious. We've covered a lot. Last week, we talked about why you feel invisible. The week before that, we talked about why God actually sees you completely. Now the question is, for what? Why did he design you in this way? Not randomly, not generically, specifically. Because here's what I found. Most women know intellectually that God loves them, but they don't know what they're actually here to do with that love. And that's where the power is. When God designed you, he gave you specific things. And I want to walk you through them because this is the architecture of you. First, your temperament, how you naturally process the world. Some of you are analytical, some are relational, some are visionary, some are steady and grounded. Your temperament, it's not a flaw, it's a feature. And God didn't make you analytical by accident. He didn't make you relational by mistake. Now, I know some of you are watching this and thinking, I need to actually do this. I need the system installed, not just understood. If that's you, there's something I want to show you. This is an executive framework. It is called the Cognitive Clarity Reset. It is a 7-day executive framework that instills a wardrobe system designed to protect your focus. Here's what happens. Day 1, you inventory. You categorize what's actually working and what's creating friction. Day 2, you eliminate. You remove what's competing for your mental energy. Day 3, you structure. Order reduces cognitive drag. Day 4, build your core. Architecture, not accumulation. Day 5, you systemize 5 go-to combinations that require 0 negotiation. Day 6, you align. You wear clarity and you notice how it changes your presence. By day 7, you have installed a wardrobe system that works like a pre-decided decision. No more friction, just clarity. It's $47. Here's the thing. This is only for you if you are ready to actually build it. If you want the system installed in 7 days, the Cognitive Clarity Reset is how you do it. You can grab it below. The link is in the description. Now, where were we? Second, your strengths. The things that come naturally to you. Maybe you're a natural leader. Maybe you're a natural builder. These aren't lucky breaks. They are part of the design. Third, your experiences. Everything you've lived through. The hard seasons. The victories. The times that you thought that you'd break, you didn't. That's not random. That is shaping you for something. God doesn't waste anything. Not one moment is a waste. Fourth, your season right now. Today, where you are in your life. Not where you should be, not where you want to be, but where you actually are. This season matters. What you're capable of right now matters. Fifth, your calling. What he's asking you to do with all of that. Not someday when you have it all figured out, but now, with who you are now. This is the moment we often skip because calling sounds big. It sounds like something for other people. You have one, and it's specific to the design that he gave you. When you put all of these together, your temperament, your strengths, your experiences, your season, your calling, you get something that only you can do. Not a generic woman living a generic life, a very specific expression of God's design, and that matters. Here's where it actually breaks down, and I think that this is what brought you here. Most women have they've internalized the idea that their design should be hidden or toned down or made to be smaller. We're taught to fit in, not to stand out, to minimize, not maximize, to apologize for being too much of anything, too loud, too ambitious, too opinionated, too creative, too organized, too analytical. And so we're walking around with all this design, all these gifts, all this capacity, all this calling, and you're wearing it like the clothes that don't fit because you're trying to fit into someone else's shape. Do you remember the dry cleaner story? So I showed up in clothes that matched who I am. Not because I was trying to impress anybody, but because the clothes said, I take this seriously. I'm prepared and I belong here. And people responded differently because the external finally matched the internal. Here's what I realized. I wasn't just wearing the right clothes. I was finally showing up as the actual version of me. The version of me that knew who she was. And when I did that, that's when everything shifted. And the same is true for you. When you stop hiding your design and you start expressing it, the world's going to respond, not because you're trying harder, but because you are finally being you and it is noticeable. Here's what I want you to understand. Showing up as your full self, the self that God designed, that's not selfish. That is not arrogant. It's not taking up too much space. It's the most aligned, most powerful, most impactful thing that you could do. Because when you show up as the version of you that God designed, you give other people the permission to do the same. Your clarity becomes their freedom. Think about the women in your life who are watching you. Your children, your friends, the women you lead. What if the greatest gift you could give them is showing them that it is safe to be fully themselves? What if your courage to show up as your design is the permission that they've been waiting for? And that's the impact. That is what shifts. So here's what I want you to sit with. What is one thing, one way that you're making yourself smaller than you actually are? One area that you're hiding or you're toning down your actual design. Because that's the gap that we're about to close. Not a gap in your wardrobe, a gap in your permission to be yourself. And once you close that gap, everything's gonna change. Understanding your design is one thing. Living it is another. Because here's what happens next. The world responds. Because your presence shifts, everything around you is going to start to change. And that's what we're going to talk about next week. But before that, the Confidence Through Clarity Masterclass is where we walk you through this system completely. Not just to understand it, but to actually build it. Every single month we do this. It's different. It's completely free. Come experience it. The link down below is in the description. Subscribe if this is landing for you. Your style is more than what you wear. It is how you step into your God-given purpose. I will see you all next week.